ladies and gentlemen. Now today I want to show you one of my favorite interactions in the game. So the brand new character Dragon Man on his special 3 has this ability for every charge that he has active currently, he's going to convert that into an unstoppable that lasts for 4 seconds per charge. And this unstoppable, it also has the secondary effect of any hit damage you take from any source outside of the special 3. So this can be blocked hits, non-blocked hits, it can be special 1 damage, special 2 damage. It's going to heal you for 85% of that damage. However, if you add in the recovery mastery, man, it's pretty much close to 100%. So it makes this guy pretty much the cheese wizard of Marvel Contest of Champions for dealing with annoying mechanics and phases. So if we have a look at the champion, so we've got our 4 charges now from the initial cycle. So this is going to give us a 16-second unstoppable. And it's just crazy, man. Literally, he can't take pretty much any damage. Any damage that he takes, he just instantly pings back up, and also you're unstoppable, so you can literally just mash into the champion. I was having way too much fun with this. I'm not even like fussed about evading at the moment. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna spam the screen, see what happens, mate. It's literally unkillable god mode, barely taking any damage at all. We took like, what is it, 4%, and we took so many hits there, man. It was ridiculous. And the best thing about this fight is there are so many buffs that you can just siphon off the champion that are constantly fueling your power with Mystic Dispersion. So it just allows you, by the end of that 16-second window, to guarantee that you're another special 3 again. And then the fun, you know, it just continues. So if you want to do this fight properly, there's just, you know, so much time, so much delay, so much stall that this adds into this phase. And it pretty much makes Dragon Man very close to immortal, especially on the 6-star rank 2 if you are playing, you know, half decently. And by playing half decently, I mean you've got Mystic Dispersion, and you make sure whenever you've got the special 3 and your unstoppable is about to run out, that you press it, and then that's that's pretty much it. So yeah, I can't think of a character that is anywhere near as cheesy as this for the final phase. I know like Sorcerer Supreme does really well, but she only regenerates the blocked hit. She can't like leave herself fully open, so you still got to play like quite cleverly with her. Whereas Dragon Man, you can just go full 20 IQ Simp Man, smashing the screen, smashing the buttons, and, you know, just trying to evade those headbutts, and eventually you're going to get it down. However, I did have a bit of an issue evading some of the special attacks with Dragon Man. I found him to be like a slightly trickier champion to get the timing right on, because I swear like that timing there on that special 1 evade would have been fine for literally any other character, and that one as well we didn't get the dexterity on, so I'm not too sure if it's something to do with the character model and size that makes him a bit more difficult, but it also might be due to the fact that I am not super practiced on this fight. But you know, I did it like a couple of weeks ago and I was really good at evading those special attacks, but today, man, I just couldn't get it down. We got the dexterity time in there, so that was nice. So we've got our 2nd charge now, but yeah, we've also regenerated back up to full as well. I don't really know how we did it or what interaction kind of pushed it. It seems like looking through this champion takedown, there are a lot of solid gains on the healing actually. So yeah, it literally is immortal god mode. It is like close to impossible to die on this phase if you're playing Dragon Man and have half of your wits about you. So this champion boss, this phase, is probably one of the biggest roadblocks for so many players out there, and it's nice that we have a good old cheese fiesta champion that's going to get the job done, that's going to be in the next 5-star featured hero crystal. I think it comes out next month, because we're very close to the end of the list of characters. It's going to be what is it, I think Hitmonkey, then we got Guardian Sasquatch, Airwalker, Dragon Man, and the first of the September champions is going to be inside of that next 5-star featured. So yeah, if people are super stuck on the final champion phase, he does seem like a very interesting option to bring up. Plus, outside of that, he's got a lot of great utility. I'm really loving Dragon Man so far. I think he's a very interesting addition to the game, and kind of the more I play this champion, the more he kind of feels a little bit like, not exactly like, but a bit like a Mystic War Warlock in terms of the amount of content uses he's actually going to have for progressing players, because, you know, if you get Warlock, you've got an option for all these like annoying bosses in Act 6 and also a load of variant fights as well, and Dragon Man is a very similar situation, being an XL Mystic champion, variant 2, variant 5, some uses in variant 1 as well, and even 3 and 4 are a little bit of a push. So yeah, I think he's just really cool, but absolutely cheeses that final 10% of the champion phase. So I just wanted to share all of that with you today. But one thing really importantly to keep in mind is he's not really the best option for kind of the first like 90% of the fight. He can work for it. I managed to get the first 90% down with Dragon Man. However, the problem he has is he doesn't really have a good and reliable way to counter the champion's Unstoppable. And because he doesn't have a really good way to nullify that buff, you can't really prevent his regeneration. And the champion's regeneration is based off his Awakened ability, which is fully maxed out. And basically, it's a percentage of the damage that he's taken so far, so the longer the fight goes on, the more and more the champion's going to regenerate. Now, you can get to points in the fight where you're spamming like special 2 attacks and having really nice combos, but it will eventually get to a point where the regeneration is just so much that you can't really outpace it and you've got to quit out of the fight. You can see in many scenarios, even when he has the special 1 slow active, he still regenerates from his Unstoppable. So yeah, it's really annoying that the slow doesn't completely prevent his Unstoppable from proccing at certain points. But the great thing about the champion and this fight is there is so much fuel for the Mystic Dispersion mastery, so it's just really easy to intercept him with special attacks, especially as well when you have the unblockable at the end of special attacks. I didn't realize this for a little bit, but it just allows you to go absolutely savage at certain points and chain them on. So again, he can like gradually chip the champion down depending on the power level, depending on your setup. So I would suggest, like, if you're looking to use Dragon Man and a few revives for the core of this fight, you want to have at least a 5-star rank 4 Dragon Man or 6-star rank 1 and a good healthy stack of revives. Not to mention, boosters are always good to use in this encounter, just because it is a very high-stress one as well. But for the core of the fight, characters like Symbiote Supreme, Doctor Doom, She-Hulk, Mojo, and a few other top-tier mystics are kind of much better options. The characters with more consistent Nullify effects are really what you want for dealing with the Unstoppable, because again, if you don't remove that Unstoppable, then you've got to deal with the regeneration. And yeah, it's very tricky to outpace. You need a lot of damage to do it, but Dragon Man, he does it to a decent level. Now, you might be thinking as well, Dragon Man, he has a slow on the special 1, why will it not work against the champion? And that's a good thing to be thinking. And he has this line where his slow cannot take any effect against opponents that have the natural classed advantage against Dragon Man. And the champion, being this unique boss, he has the universal class advantage of all the biggest, baddest bosses in this game. So yeah, you can't slow any of those, and you also can't slow science champions with Dragon Man. So yeah, it's a bit of an annoying caveat, especially for this fight, because if you could slow him and consistently get rid of that Unstoppable with this special 1, then you'd actually be able to get some really clean one-shots on the champion, provided you toned down Mystic Dispersion just a little bit and went to like 2 out of 5, maybe 1 out of 5 there, because again, the fuel from all of these buffs is a little bit crazy. But I imagine if you got the buffs under control, then there would also be less Mystic Dispersion as well. So here, I messed up a little bit, but you can see like Dragon Man's Unstoppable on the special 3 coming in massive clutch there. However, the fact that we did get stunned removed all of our power gain charges, so that's something you need to be very careful about in the middle of the champion fight. That 70 to 40% phase is very annoying, because again, if you tag him while he's unstoppable, he's just going to absolutely melt you there. But you can see you can make progress in this fight, you can get it down, but we do get to a point kind of roundabout now where there's so much regeneration every time he goes unstoppable that in order to make a decent or sizable gain, we really need to have a pretty big nuke fiesta. So here we chain on like 2 special 2s, we go straight into a special 1, and then we go for another special 2 as well, but you can see that regeneration is just bouncing back, and then it becomes like a little bit of a crazy cycle. So what I should have probably done, as soon as we saw 50% there, should have just quit out, man. But I was seeing, you know, how far we could push this this fight, and if we could potentially get it down, we got up to 41%. Actually, there is where I definitely should have quit out, man, because yeah, you see, just pings back up to 57%, so there's so much regeneration to contend with. So yeah, the easy advice for the champion, if you are using somebody like Dragon Man, is don't get too carried away, because the more you do this fight, the crazier the regeneration's gonna get, so quit while you're ahead. But yeah, that's it for how you can beat the champion with Dragon Man, if you so please in the future. Again, the real strength of this character in this fight in particular is on that final 10%, so he's going to work better if you bring in another character like Symbiote Supreme or Dr. Doom, somebody that can take care of the first 90% quite easily, but might struggle a little bit more comparatively speaking on the final phase, because the final phase is just a complete cheese fiesta. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy today's video, please do smash that like button, that'd be greatly appreciated. Aside from that, thank you very much for watching, take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.